Good morning, everyone. I am Kendra, and I'm in Washington State, and you have landed at my channel. If you're brand new, don't be shy. Make a comment, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, or just be quiet if that's what you like too. Today, I'm going to show you what I'm having for, we'll call it brunch because it's 10 in the morning. I want to fold laundry today and watch football and whatever else I can do without leaving the television because I am so thrilled that it is NFL season. Oh, I can't even tell you. I root for a lot of different teams. I like the Seattle Seahawks, obviously, that's my state. And then I like the Detroit Lions. I like, gosh, there's so many. I really do like several teams. And I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, that's not the point. Here's my brunch. It is the leftover pork, onions, and cabbage, and a sweet potato and I warmed it over, some salt, pepper, and I didn't put anything on this because it was already done. What I have to show you today, though, is my weekly meal plan for dinner. Hey, I said I was going to use this as a purse dangle. I decided to put it on this after all, so it's going to be a bookmark. How about that? I made it with lace and ribbon and dangles. There's pumpkin and a little green. I thought it looked autumn. Anyway, September 8th through the 14th. It will start with tomorrow, Monday, the 8th. Zuppa Toscana with breadsticks. So I'll be using Italian hot seasoned pork in this. And then Tuesday the 9th is chicken pot pie with veggies. It's like a one dish thing. I make a big one and they all like it. What was I going to tell? Oh, last night it was dark early because not just because the sun is, going away for the season, but because it was trying to storm. Well, I went to bed early, like, I don't know, 9 o'clock maybe-ish, because I wasn't doing anything. Nothing was on TV, and I thought I would play, like, that word game. It's like Scrabble, but they call it something else, something word. I like to play that, and then I like to play some other silly, mindless games. So I did that, and I fell asleep, and my cell phone rang. And it was one of my adults who does not live here saying, "Go out on your front porch." I said, "Oh my gosh, I was asleep." And he said, "Oh, were you? Well, did you know it was storming?" He said, "Go out on the front porch." And so I did, and I got to see some lightning, and there was thunder, and there was rain, and it was unusual for us to have thunderstorms here. So in our area of Washington State, it's just not that very common. So I got to hear that, and I went right back to bed and went to sleep. Anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with this. Wednesday the 10th, goulash, beef goulash, just ground beef, and then garlic toast and salad. Last night for dinner, and you should know this is all I had for dinner, I bought a container bigger than this. It was like one of those plastic big containers with all kinds of greens in it. It had kale, arugula, green lettuce, I can't even remember what else. Just, it was all greens. I chopped up some cherry tomatoes and ate that for dinner. So far, my belly's okay. my whole system's going, what is that? Where's the Pop-Tarts? I'm kidding. I haven't had Pop-Tarts in a long time, but Angie cooks. Girl, you're going to kill me. She had the most, I've never seen a bag of bite-sized Pop-Tarts before. Anyway, yum. All right, back to this. Thursday, out to eat, leftovers, carry out. It's no cook Thursday. I don't cook any Thursdays. It'll be Thursday the 11th and September 11th. Yeah, we're in September, Kendra. Why am I keep trying to make it October? So that's that. And then on Friday, one of my adults went salmon fishing and got a bunch of salmon. And so we're going to have that with baked potatoes and green beans. I don't know if that would be typical for most people when they have salmon, but that's what it is. And then I will try to put pictures of that salmon so you can see. I don't know if I can pull that off, but I'll try at the end of this video. If you see it, you'll know it worked. And then on Saturday the 13th, we're going to do sub sandwiches and potato salad. And Sunday the 14th, tacos with beans and fixins, meaning, tomato, lettuce, just guac, all of that. That's always really popular. And I don't make it often enough because it is so popular. They all eat. I don't know why I don't make it more often. But this is my whole week of dinners coming up starting tomorrow. And if we should have a day that freaks out and it gets, like late September, you can go, whoa, what happened here? It's 85 degrees. Then I will make probably sub sandwiches early. Do you know what I mean? This isn't set in stone for the day, but it is for the week. All right. So it's typical for me after I do my weekly menu for dinners to show a sister shout out. And this is a repeat of a sister shout out. She's a regular that I watch. And so her name is Chris, and it's City Girl Homestead. Chris loves to cook. She can make 3 and 4 videos a day centered in her kitchen. She does, well, here, let me just read what I wrote, and then I might add to it. She does breakfast, lunches, and dinners and snacks, and she shows each step of how she cooks. She's often got her husband, Tom, right beside her. They sit in front of the stove and the counter with the camera over so you can see what they're doing. And they've got their banter back and forth, and he's a doll, she's a doll. You'd like them both. She does grocery hauls. He is a great gardener and has put out gardens for her each year that I think I'm on my 3rd year now, maybe watching her. And so they get a lot of produce that way. Let's see. They've got grandchildren that are over often. They go to the Amish store, the Mennonite store out of town, and it's always a good field trip. Takes you, along to see the prices. Grocery hauls, check her out. She's fun and she's non-judgmental. There's nothing to judge. Everybody does their own thing, and I think she feels that way. I've never heard her say, oh, you can't do it that way, because I know that she tries to cook on a tight budget like a lot of people. And so whatever you have, you make, and it might be different. This morning she made, an omelet with leftover chopped up hot dogs. That might sound like something you wouldn't like, but if you're trying to fill your kids' bellies, that's it. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to get on over here before it gets cold, and then I'm going to get in there. You just heard 10 o'clock, so I think a ball game is starting. I'm so excited. I sure appreciate you watching my video, and I'll talk to you later.